Hey guys, how is it going? Welcome to another video. Today is a special one because we are on top of Imani Rooftop, one of the coolest, sickest rooftops in the whole of Bali. So what we're doing right now is actually getting set up for our event.
Kick for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, and play pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
So that's all the staff getting ready down there, all the amazing guys that help make this event so good. But what we're doing today is we're going to explain how LOV got involved with Imani Rooftop, and the man for the job is sat behind me right here. So Ben's going to take us through everything, how LOV got involved with Imani Rooftop in the first place, and then we're going to bring you all the way up to now being the best hip-hop party in Bali. Right, Ben, over to you, pal.
So to start with, we were throwing house parties to start with in terms of events. So we were basically renting villas, putting on big events there. And then at the time when we were doing that, we had a mutual friend that knew Andreas. So Andreas is a friend that we met about 2 years ago during COVID. He was a mutual of a mutual. Started to get quite friendly with him. Obviously found out that he owned this amazing rooftop, and he came to us and said, look, like, I've seen what you guys are doing, love what you're doing. Would you guys like to collaborate on an event at the rooftop? So this was just before Halloween. So we decided to basically throw a Halloween event here at the rooftop. That was 2 years ago now. It was amazing. It went really well. They didn't have downstairs. They had like a pool instead. So most of the people were up here on this tier, but we filled it out. It was great vibe. Obviously everyone was in costumes, so you know, it was a great atmosphere. And I think we actually generated the most money we had for the rooftop, that they've ever had, just from that one event. Unfortunately, the event actually it got to about 10:30, 11, and it started to throw it down, and it just got too much, the rain, so we actually had to close early. But all in all, it's a really successful event. From that point onwards, you know, we had a really good bond with Andreas, and ever since then, really, you know, we've kept good friends. And then up until a few months ago, he came to us again and basically proposed the idea to collaborate again. And as LOV was starting to do the events again now that we'd come back. And of course, you know, he's a friend. We love the rooftop. We thought there was great potential. So we started again, and here we are now, 4 events in, and it's just getting better and better. And as I'm sure Roo will show you, the layout, it wasn't like this.
Right, so what's been happening over the last few events? Obviously, we're trying to get better and better each time. So it wasn't all like this for the first event, the LOV times Imani Rooftop event. So Ben's going to tell us what it kind of looked like at first and the different iterations that have happened to try and make the actual layout and everything better and better each time. So Ben, what was it like before?
So in terms of this part, in terms of the layout, it was like this. So in terms of tables on the outskirt, this hasn't changed. The biggest thing that's changed is, so the DJ used to be here in kind of a bit isolated away, and you know, it went well, but we had a few people saying that, like I said, the DJ was a little bit isolated. It was a bit far away from the crowd. So what we decided to do is actually move the DJ central down here, so people can actually dance up to the DJ. And also it kind of gave a focal point in the club, because it's quite, like I said, it's quite central to how the layout is. So that was one of the main things we changed, which we've had a lot of great reviews about. I personally love it.
Hold on, Ben, 2 seconds. Right, guys. Pretty much a bunch of the other LOV guys are down there, but as you all know from episode 1, James and everyone absolutely hates the camera.
As soon as the camera comes on, fuck!
But Ben has stepped up for us today, and that's why he's bringing us around. Because when I pointed at James, he basically told me to F off. But so congratulations to Ben for stepping up and showing us around.
Cool. Well, so yeah, in terms of up here, the only thing that we changed, or when I say changed, that we actually added on, was above here. So you got this Buddha here, and it's like metal railing. I don't know if you can see it raised up, but basically we added like a platform for the dancers. So when we have the dancers on, they're raised up, they're elevated at the top here. You can just about see them down here. Looks great visually. And
what happened with the fireworks? There used to be fireworks up here as well.
Well, they didn't used to be, we added that in. So as well as the dancers, we had 2, if you want to call them fireworks, more like, but either side, I think twice we do them. They last for about 10 seconds, but they're like, yeah, flares. They're more like flares that come up in the middle of the night whilst dancers are dancing. So like, great for content, looks great for the people actually here watching it. So that's the only thing we've actually added, or I would say changed, in terms of this side of the club.
Right then,
Downstairs.
Ben, take us downstairs and show us around. We've got to be a little bit quiet here because obviously they're having a staff meeting. Because we're about to open doors in about an hour.
So in terms of down here, because we've changed the DJ layout, so the DJ's here, we used to have tables on the outskirt here.
So there was tables here basically.
For the DJ. So what we've done is we've actually made this table and this table over here, therefore the most expensive ones. So yeah, like if there's a big group of you, these are perfect because it can obviously fit so many people. This one's a little bit smaller, but right next to the DJ, you get the best part of the atmosphere. In terms of layout down here, those are the things we've added.
And what happens either side of the DJ booth?
So as well as up, as well as up here, having the flares, we've also added them behind the DJ booth as well, either side. So again, twice in the night we have them. Again, look great, especially when it's busy. Content-wise, it's perfect. So that's another thing we've added along the way.
There we go. Thank you so much, Ben, for bringing us around. Oh, and just to let you know, there's also a couple of chairs in there, and that's where the guys who do the shows and everything, that's where all the actual props and everything, I'll put a couple of clips in now, are all down there. That's the bar down there as well.
When Eliot and I came to Bali, the first thing we saw in the nightlife industry was there was a gap in the market for like exclusive high-end clubbing. And so because of our background in London, we wanted to basically bring a bit of London/Miami vibes to Bali, and it just happened to be that Andreas obviously approached us. We thought we'd implement that sort of vibe at the rooftop. So what I mean by that is it's very much a table club. The focus is more on client management, the shows, the actual props we use, you know, how we the bottle packages, things like that. You get that feeling of exclusivity when you come here. It's difficult to get in, it's guest list only, and that's basically the path we're taking it, is make it as exclusive as possible in Bali. And there's such a demand on tables that, you know, hopefully will be booked out weeks in advance. So that's the plan.
All right, there he is, the guy who loves the camera. There he is. Any special words for us?
We've got a meeting, guys.
That was a clever move.
I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. And for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that.